Good evening. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Putnam County Legislature. Today is March 5th, 2024. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I call on Legislator Adonisio to lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the legislative prayer. I call on Legislator Crowley.
We gather to make decisions for our community. May we use only our best skills and judgment, keeping ourselves impartial and neutral as we consider the merits and pitfalls of each matter that is placed before us, and always act in accordance with what is best for our community and our fellow citizens.
Amen.
Amen.
Roll call, please.
District 1, Legislator Montgomery. Here. District 2, Legislator Goldman.
Present.
District 3, Legislator Adonisio.
Present.
District 4,
Present.
District 5, Legislator Elner.
Here.
District 7, Legislator Castellano.
Present.
District 8, Legislator Sage.
Present.
District 9, Legislator Crowley.
Present.
District
Present. Word is the acceptance of the minutes for the regular meeting of February 5th, 2024. Item number 5 is the correspondence from the county auditor. There's no activity to report. Item number 6 is pre-filed resolutions. At this time, I call on Chairman Elner of the Physical Services Committee.
Thank you, Chairman Yonke. Approval for budgetary amendment 24A016, Department of Public Works Capital Projects, 20 County Center Courthouse renovations for the heating, ventilation, and conditioning.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm still curious as to why this wasn't ever included in the Article 9, back in 2020. We had millions of dollars that we approved for everything from lighting to energy efficiency, heat timers, thermostats, fuel oil, natural gas. And did we really not do air conditioning and ventilation?
I understand that this is a piece of equipment, and we thought that the state or the courts were going to pay for it, and the courts put it on us. Maybe Chairman Elmer comment.
Exactly. The intention of this was to have the state pay for it because they use this courthouse, even though we own it. And through negotiations over time, what's been conveyed to me is the state decided not to pay. So we're left footing the bill.
It just seems if we're going to face this with any other buildings, we didn't consider HVAC for these buildings, which is curious.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Next is approval for DPW use of capital facility reserve funds 24CP01 as Legislator Montgomery mentioned, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, repairs, and improvements.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye. The next resolution is to get the Fair Street reconstruction project moving along. We're authorizing the implementation and funding for the first instance of 100% of the federal aid and state Marchicelli program aid eligible costs of transportation federal aid project and appropriating funds for Fair Street reconstruction.
Discussion. Nice to see this project moving forward. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. At this time, I call on Chairwoman Adonisio, the Chairwoman of Rules, Enactments, and Intergovernmental Relations Committee.
Thank you, Chairman Yonke. 6D is the approval for the town of Putnam Valley sales tax funding reallocation. The proposal was submitted to the county auditor and commissioner of finance for review, then to the county executive for recommendation. Commissioner of Finance and the Rules Enactments and Intergovernmental Relations Committee have reviewed and approved this request. Putnam County Legislature authorizes the town of Putnam Valley's request for $509,858.90, which is a portion of the sales tax funding, to be reallocated to the Parks and Recreation Day Camp project.
Discussion. Legislator Goldman.
Thank you, Chairman. The town of Putnam Valley would like to reallocate the sales tax funding from the Bell Hollow Bridge Replacement Project to the town's current Parks and Recreation Day Camp project. This was discussed in committee, and everyone had a letter from Supervisor Nabi in regards to this from a bipartisan town board. Due to the storm of July 10th, unfortunately, the Bell Hollow Road culvert was determined not good by FEMA, declaring it an emergency site. So the repair of the culvert and the bridge will be funded by FEMA, which is a nice thing. I'll be supporting this reallocation. I hope my colleagues support this also. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Legislator Montgomery.
Yes, I will be supporting it too. This facility that the town of Putnam Valley acquired, it's a great gift to have this. It's a wonderful facility for, all of the recreation programs, and like any gift, it's gonna, be cumbersome to create a plan for what's needed in this facility. And I'm really happy that they are investing in improving it for the kids and for everybody to use in Putnam Valley.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Moving on to 6A is the approval, the appointment to the Putnam County Home Improvement Board, Stephen Castor, Town of Putnam Valley, as a contractor for the remainder of John Morrison's term, said term to expire December 31st, 2024. Be it further resolved that this appointment comply with any requirements to file an oath of office pursuant to New York State Public Officers Law.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
6F is the approval of the appointment to the Putnam County Plumbing and Mechanical Trades Board. Resolved that the following be appointed to the Putnam County Plumbing and Mechanical Trades pursuant to Section 190-6. Gary Redlon, Town of Carmel, Master Plumber for a 3-year term to expire December 31st, 2026.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
6G, this is approval for confirmation reappointment to the Putnam County Board of Ethics. Resolved that upon the recommendation of the County Executive, the Putnam County Legislature confirms the following reappointment to the Putnam County Board of Ethics. Paul Eldridge for a 3-year term to expire December 31st, 2026.
Discussion. I ask for a roll call vote.
Legislator Anizio.
Yes.
Legislator Castellano.
Yes.
Legislator Crowley.
No.
Legislator Elmer.
Yes.
Legislator Goldman.
Yes.
Legislator Montgomery.
I vote yes.
Legislator Napolitano.
Yes.
Legislator Sage.
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
6H is the approval for the Putnam Arts Council grant for 2024. Resolved that the Putnam County Legislature accepts and approves the recommendation of the Putnam Arts Council dated February 13, 2024, the distribution of $13,993 for the 2024 Arts Link Community Re-Grant Program, the first round of applications pursuant to the attached list, which is included here. This was discussed in committee, and I would like to thank the Putnam Arts Council and the review panel for their hard work in determining funding awards to the Arts Link Community Grant Program.
Discussion. Legislator Napolitano.
Yes, I would like to thank the Putnam Arts Council as well. We know that we could use more money, but but they are very grateful for the allocation that they do receive, and they have distributed the funding over various disciplines of arts and theater, so I'm very happy to support this.
Legislator Goldman.
Thank you, Chairman. The awardees for this money are very rewarding, and I'm glad that it's been distributed where it has been. I'd also like to thank them for giving $2,000 to the Tompkins Corners Cultural Center in Putnam Valley. It's a wonderful group, it's a wonderful facility. If you haven't had the opportunity to go to it, please stop by. They run programs all the time there. So please stop by and enjoy it. Thank you.
Legislator Montgomery.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you to Joyce Combs, the executive director, and the panel that she put together. It's not an easy task. They got many requests, and they have to narrow it down and decide who to give this $13,993 to. And if you read any studies about Hudson Valley arts and New York State arts, and what the arts overall contribute to our communities, not only is it educational and cultural programs, but it's literally millions of dollars in sales tax revenue, millions of dollars that come back to Putnam County. And I hope in the future that we can invest much more than $13,000 in our arts programs, because we get back a heck of a lot more than we give to the arts. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
This time I call on Legislator Masserino, the chairwoman of the Protective Service Committee.
Thank you, Chairman Yaki. On behalf of myself and legislators Anna Dale and Sage, I would like to move forward with the approval of budgetary amendment 24A010, Sheriff Department Emergency Services and Social Services Mental Health Domestic Terrorism Prevention Grant Program, Threat Assessment and Management Teams, TAM. Back on August 16, 2022, the New York State of Homeland Security Emergency Services awarded Putnam County $172,413 under the Domestic Terrorism Prevention Grant Program. This funding is earmarked to be used to support the county's capability to prevent targeted violence and domestic terrorism throughout the utilization of the Threat Assessment and Management Team, known as TAM, and develop comprehensive domestic plans. Tonight we have before us a budgetary amendment to disperse the funds health for $50,000, the Bureau of Emergency Services for $5,000, and the remainder for the Sheriff's Department communication contract for $25,000, and overtime $845,000, and the Sheriff's communication and social services $6,568 for the total $415,000. This is such a wonderful step forward for Putnam County that these departments have joined forces in a comprehensive way to meet this goal and objective, and I'm happy to move this forward.
Discussion.
Back at the Protective Services meeting, I had requested a list from Commissioner Servadio and from the Sheriff's Department who encompassed these teams, and I still get to receive it. Although I'm in great favor of it and very happy to see everybody working together, I would still like that request filled. Thank you.
Can I make a comment, please?
Yes.
Just a comment on the teams. I too am curious about the teams that are put together, and I think this is a real great step forward. I love the collaboration that we're reaching out to other areas of the community to participate in this. But I'm in favor of it with caution, because we just saw that we had another team that was put together and disbanded because we put it together without legislative approval, and then, we're realizing that we don't have the insurance to cover, their participation, outside participation. I don't quite see how that's different. I'm still convinced that it's very different. We're putting together a team of people who are not employed by the county, which is great. I love the collaboration. We're allocating funds for, overtime for meetings. We're going to have meetings, and people are going to be out in the community doing this under the county's umbrella. So hopefully the county's umbrella will cover it. So I will be voting yes for it cautiously.
Any other discussion? Yes.
Yes. Commissioner of Mental Health and Social Services, Sarah Servitio, did send us a response to her request. I'm not sure if this encompasses everything that legislator probably was looking for, but the core group is the Sheriff's Office, Bureau of Emergency Services, the District Attorney's Office, Mental Health and Social Services, BOCES, and the Department of Probation. And they also attached a number of the first meeting that they had, October 16, 2023, which encompassed the Bureau of Emergency Services, CPAB, the DA's office, the legislature, county executive's office, and on and on. There's several of the members of the Reverend from St. James the Apostle, Our Lady of Loretto Church, and CDB Church, and there's 3 temples. So they did send a list. Maybe there's a more thorough list, but I just wanted to let you know that our Sarah Servitio did respond to those inquiries.
Legislator Crowley.
I did receive that list as well, but I asked for a more comprehensive list, so I'm still waiting on it. But
You asked for what?
a more comprehensive list. But we had to also discuss it during that meeting, and she went over most of the things that Amy just said, or legislator stage just said, so I apologize. But thank you for reiterating.
She did mention those.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at individual names on.
Yeah, I just wanted to know who it encompassed.
I'm going to
for
follow
outreach.
Robert's rules here.
We are.
Oh, good.
Anyone else wishing to speak? I'm going to ask for a roll call vote, please.
Legislator Adnezio.
Yes.
Legislator Castellano.
Yes.
Legislator Crowley.
Yes.
Legislator Elner.
Yes.
Legislator Goldman.
Yes.
Legislator Montgomery.
Yes.
Legislator Nasarino.
Yes.
Legislator Sage.
Yes.
Chairman Yaki.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to the Personnel Committee. On behalf of legislators Castellano, Nazarino, and myself, I'd like to move forward with item 6J. It's the approval of a budgetary amendment, Emergency Services Personnel, Director of Emergency Medical Services position. This is taking money out of vacancy control to increase a position's salary to entice a candidate to take the job. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 6K is the approval of budgetary transfer. Office for Senior Resources, Nutrition Services Manager position. It's a salary increase. It was discussed in personnel. Any discussion? Yes.
I will be supporting this. I love the work that they do at the nutrition centers, and I am just such a strong advocate for making these positions, whole by increasing their salaries. I've long thought that our boots on the ground folks have been underpaid, and this is really nice to see.
Any other discussion? Director Cunningham, here with us tonight. Thank you for your work. Mike, this is benefits everybody, benefits employees, and benefits the county, so thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 6L is the approval, confirmation. It's the appointment of our Commissioner of Social Services, Mental Health and Youth Bureau. We had previously appointed Sarah Servitio, but the term was to fill out the rest of previous Commissioner Piazza's term. It was discovered that she should have her own 5-year term, and that this is just cleaning up the books on that. Any discussion? Sarah's doing a wonderful job.
I would just like to comment and echo your sentiments. Sarah's doing a wonderful job, and we're very fortunate to have someone of her caliber as our Commissioner of Social Services, and I will certainly support this 5-year term.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
This time I call on Legislator Sage, the Chairwoman of the Health, Social, Educational, and Environmental Committee.
Thank you, Chairman. On behalf of Legislators Crowley, Legislator Goldman, and myself, I'd like to bring forward Agenda Item 6M for the approval of the appointment for Putnam County Mental Health Community Services Board, Mr. Michael Piazza from the town of Carmel, previous Commissioner. Piazza has comprehensive knowledge of mental health and has served decades of service in the field here in Putnam County, and I would recommend Michael Piazza to fill this position. And I thank him for his service and volunteerism.
Any discussion? Legislator Nestor.
I would just like to comment, I think it's great. I think we're fortunate to have Michael Piazza serve on this Community Services Board. He has a wealth of knowledge and experience, and his expertise will serve the board very well.
Any other discussion? Couldn't have a better person, a candidate for this. All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
This time I call on Legislator Castellano, the Chairman of the Audit and Administration Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of Legislators Elder and Goldman, I'd like to move forward the following. Item 6N is the approval of the budgetary amendment for the Commissioner of Finance. Year-end journal entry number 3. From time to time, the Commissioner of Finance will come to our audit committee meeting and just correct the books as we're just moving money around and in the right location. Zero fiscal impact.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
6O is the approval of the budgetary amendment for the Planning Department. This is New York State Department of Transportation contract modernization and enhancement program funding for trolley replacement and transit buses in the amount of $137,909. That's state aid coming to Putnam County that was going to put to good use.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 7, does anyone wish to bring forward any other business? Seeing no other business, I'm going to move to item number 8, which is recognition of the public on agenda items. Anybody from the public wishing to speak on any agenda item, please come to the podium, state your name and the town in which you reside.
If I may, did I miss that you were going to bring forward what's in front of us, the ratification of the,
No one brought it forward.
it was in front of us, I just assumed you approved it. So it's been
Assume-
printed,
assume-
it's on as other business in front of me. You're the chairman,
I didn't move it forward.
okay, can I have a chance to move it forward, please?
We moved on with the agenda.
Sneaky.
We moved on with the agenda, well, you had plenty of time.
This was on, it was in
Item
our
number
email.
9 is
It
a
was in our
recognition-
email as other business.
I'm sorry?
It's before us here as other business.
And no one brought it forward.
Wow. This is
Item number 9
really
is recognition of
sneaky.
legislators. Would you like to speak?
Yeah, sure, I
All
will.
yours.
Sure. It's Women's History Month, and all of the women in our sheriff's department are getting disenfranchised right now, as well as all of our sheriffs. I don't know why we couldn't just do this now. I mean, it's ridiculous. That was very sneaky. So, yeah, I got to thinking about all the reasons why we celebrate Women's History Month. Chairman didn't even put the proclamation on the agenda, so I still can't believe that I lived through a time as recently as the 1970s where women's history was virtually an unknown topic in the K through 12 curriculum, and a task force had to be established to address this fact that it wasn't in the history books. I read this book a lot. It's called The Big Book, written in the 1930s, where they're constantly referring to things like when the wives were making dinner and the wives were making coffee. Just really weird. I think we've come a long way, but definitely not far enough. I think it's crazy that we live in a time where we still need to pass laws to protect women. As you see, it's literally on the ballot this year in November, the Equal Rights Amendment. And while New York has a robust set of anti-discrimination statutes, our laws are still inadequate when it comes to ensuring equality. We are seeing these protections roll back for women. Heck, we see it during our own legislative sessions here. There's a different set of rules for when men call out during a meeting than when I call out. Robert's rules don't seem to kick in unless I'm the one speaking. Obviously, you saw it tonight, too. The chairman who makes up rules in the middle of a meeting based on questions I'm asking. That's just pure gaslighting. Sometimes I feel like Taylor Swift and Kanye West when I propose legislation. It doesn't get passed or it gets thrown off an agenda, and then a couple of months later it passes by someone else when it's proposed by someone else. So I'm lucky to have witnessed fearless women throughout history, too many to name, many right in my own home, many right in my own town, who have taught me to stand up. And it would be the young women now who are making history, like Greta Thunberg, Victoria Pinnell, Raquel Willis, and so many stepping into the government arena who will ensure that we don't turn back the clock on protections for women and that the Equal Rights Amendment gets passed in November. I'm really glad that the Putnam History Museum is celebrating Women's History Month with a series called Her Story, where they're doing a series with 20 remarkable Putnam County women with a talk on March 14th. And they also have an ongoing exhibit featuring 35 biographies of Putnam County women. So for hundreds of years, Putnam County women have dedicated their lives to our local communities through business, industry, arts and entertainment, communications, government, military service, agriculture, philanthropy, social reform, and historic preservation. And I'm really happy to be celebrating Women's History Month, and no, I won't back down.
Anyone else? Legislator Sage.
Yeah, I just wanted to just recognize that March is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. There's several people that I know personally that have been diagnosed with this type of cancer. All month long, they're spotlighting colorectal cancer and asking people to get checked starting at the age of 45. This is one of the colorectal cancer is the second deadliest cancer in the United States. Yet it's one of the few cancers that's preventable, thanks to screening. So I encourage everyone to get screened, make an appointment. Screening can find the warning signs of colon and rectal cancers and let your doctor take action to prevent the disease. It can also find colorectal cancer early so that treatment is most effective. 1 in 24 people will be diagnosed with colorectal cancer in their lifetime. But if you sign up for a screening, you can be on the side of health and have prevention on your side. So anyway, I just wanted to make that statement. Thank you.
Anyone else? Legislator Goldman.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to remind everyone that starting March 1st, shopping in Putnam County will save you money when you purchase clothing and footwear under $110. I'd like to thank the county executive and my colleagues here in the legislature for passing this last year. And it's a good step forward to the residents of Putnam County, so thank you. Today we received what we will be seeing on Thursday at the State of the County Address. I look forward to the presentation from the county executive, and if you get the opportunity, please come. All residents are welcome. If you can't come, it will be live streamed, so please come or watch it on the county website. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? A couple comments. Number one, other business that we were handed. I didn't move forward, and I don't know, I can't speak for any of my colleagues. I didn't move it forward because there's a committee process, and I think it needs to go, it's important enough to go to committee, and that's all I'm going to say about that. There's a comment made that the chairman didn't bring up a proclamation for Women's History Month. The chairman doesn't. We're not, I approve proclamations, but I'm not the one who moves them forward, and Legislator Montgomery knows that. When she talks about gaslighting, if you just listen to her speak, you can tell who's doing gaslighting, and I'll leave it at that. So with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.